All right, I am back. I did promise in my first video that I wasn't just going to post that video, that I would do another video, and I wasn't going to just do a, hey, I'm sorry, and then not post anything else. So what I wanted to do a video on is talk about my journey as a denture wearer, how long I've been wearing dentures, what got me here, what it's been like, and my experience overall as a denture wearer. I've been wearing dentures for 18 years as of this month. I started wearing them 2.5 months before I turned 40. I started making videos almost 3 years ago. I want to say it was April. Well, actually, it's been almost 4 years. But then I deleted all the videos that I made because I did not think that I was going to help anybody. I really second guessed it all. And then I waited like almost a whole year and started making videos again. And that's been almost 3 years. I did do a video very early in talking about my journey, but that's over 100 videos ago. So I don't expect anyone to dig all the way down through those videos and see how long have I been wearing dentures, how old was I when I got dentures, and what's it been like, and all of that. So here I am. I was almost 40. I will be 58 in a month and a half. No, 2 months. I will be 58 in 2 months. That's crazy. I was almost 40 when I started wearing dentures, and now I'm almost 60. The math doesn't quite make sense up here because I don't feel like I'm almost 60. But anyway, so why did I need to get dentures? When I was in my mid-30s, my teeth started breaking. At the time, I had no idea why they were breaking. I was doing all the things that I needed to do, brushing my teeth multiple times a day, flossing, mouthwash, cleaning my tongue, all the things. Went to regular dental visits, everything that I needed to do, everything that we were taught to do, I was doing it. And then my teeth started breaking. And I became embarrassed. I stopped going to the dentist, stopped getting things checked out, did not know what was going on. What ended up being the issue was I had undiagnosed thyroid cancer. Did not know that at the time. I was mortified that my teeth were breaking. I did end up at the dentist for an abscess. I want to say I was like 36. And that dentist accused me of using drugs, of being an addict. I weighed about 95 pounds at the time. My teeth were breaking, and he insisted that it was because I used drugs. My husband told him I did not use drugs. He gave my husband a look of pure pity, as if I was very good at hiding the fact that I was doing drugs, and that's why my teeth were breaking and things like that. I was very thin, teeth were breaking. That had to be the problem. People around me, I did not know what they were saying. I think deep down I had an idea of what they were saying, but years into having dentures, my kids, who were then men in their 20s, told me what their peers and what the parents of their friends and peers would say about me. And they did say that I had either had anorexia or I had a drug problem. And those were pretty much the things that my kids heard. I had neither of those issues going on. I had undiagnosed thyroid cancer. When I was almost 38 years old, 20 years ago in February 6th, as a matter of fact, I had a thyroid cyst just blocked my airway, ended up in the emergency room. It kept shifting, thank goodness. And then on March 2nd of, God, I don't even know, 2005, I'm trying to think, 2005, God, it's 20 years. That's crazy. So anyway, March 2nd, 2005, I had the thyroid cyst removed. And then 7 days later, I found out that the thyroid cyst had a cancerous lesion on it. So then the day before my 38th birthday, my thyroid and my parathyroids were removed. At this point, my teeth had just gone to heck in a handbasket. The undiagnosed thyroid cancer had taken its toll on my teeth. They had broken and were continuing to break. The first teeth to break were my eye teeth, and they were fang-like. I had really bad teeth, but did not get braces, did not worry about my teeth because my teeth weren't causing me problems. They were just crooked. I had these weird eye teeth. I had a top tooth that kind of nestled underneath my bottom teeth because it was bent. But other than that, they weren't causing me issues or health concerns or anything like that. I just didn't have pretty teeth. But my not so pretty teeth then started breaking. And the first teeth to break were those lovely vampire-like eye teeth. Great. Not the teeth that are hidden in the back, but the ones that are the most noticeable started breaking first. And break they did. to the point that they had completely disintegrated, and then more teeth broke and more teeth broke, and I did not have the money for extractions or dentures because, as we know, they are very expensive. So I had to save up for it. And then when I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, my thyroid and my parathyroids were removed, things just got worse, because once my parathyroids were gone, which they regulate your calcium levels, even though they were broken with cancer, they were still there. So they were kind of doing their job, not really well, but they were doing their job. And then when they were gone, nothing was doing any job. So my teeth kind of stepped up their game and started breaking even more. I make light of it, but that's really just how it happened. I use humor to deal with stuff. So it was just like some weird, like, middle finger from the universe. Like, hey, your teeth are already bad. Let's make them worse. And we'll just, throw on all these problems. So finally, I saved up the money to get extractions and dentures, which I did in January 18 years ago. So here I am, 18 years later, I wear dentures. And honestly, having dentures has not stopped me from living my life to the fullest. My dentures do not keep me from doing spontaneous things, going to concerts, eating, rolling down hills with my grandchildren, nothing. I don't even pay attention to the fact that I have dentures. I do use adhesive, and honestly, the reason that I use adhesive is for that reason. I do not think about my dentures at all when I'm wearing them. I don't think of them when I'm eating. I don't think about how I need to position my tongue or anything like that. I just take bites, eat my food, and move along. That's why I use adhesive. I do not need adhesive. My dentures fit very snugly without adhesive. But I like the idea of just being able to forget about my dentures. Back in the 70s, the slogan for Fix It was Fix It and Forget It. And really, that is what applies for me. I just put my adhesive in my dentures, put my dentures back in my mouth, and I don't think about them at all until I have to take them out at night, clean my dentures, do all that stuff, clean my mouth, and then put them back in. Several hours later, I keep my dentures out for 2 to 5 hours. So a few to several hours later, and I put my dentures back in. So 2 to 5 hours. They are always out every night for quite a bit of time so that my gums can get an opportunity to breathe. But on a whole, I do not, at this point in time, pay attention to my dentures. They feel normal. They feel like part of me. I have worn them every single day for 18 years. I have never eaten without them in. Never. Not even when I first started wearing dentures. I got immediate dentures right after extractions, got my permanent dentures, not to be confused with implant dentures, just that next set of dentures, and they're called perms. I got those 6 months into my journey. And then I had that pair of dentures for 14 years. Now, did I need to replace those dentures sooner than 14 years? Absolutely. Should have replaced them at about 8 years into my journey. They, at that point, did start fitting not well. And I did have to reapply adhesive at some point in the day. But when I went in and they wanted to do a hard reline, they told me that I was going to have to be without my dentures for 2 weeks. I said, thank you. I will think about it. I will be back. It took me 6 years to go back because I did not want to be without my dentures for 2 weeks. I had never at that point eaten without dentures. And then when I knew that my dentures needed replaced, and I knew they needed to be replaced because the teeth had worn down so much. Hold on a sec. So I can't guarantee how these are going to look because they've been sitting in water for 4 years. I haven't even changed the water because I'm never going to wear these again. But this is, oh, see, they are moldy. I knew that they were going to be because I've not taken them out of water for 4 years because I remember putting these back in my mouth. But anyway, this is what, now the black part wasn't there, but that's just mold. But you can see there's like no teeth here. Like I was trying to chew off this. And there were parts on my top denture where you can see the base. And I finally replaced them. Hold on one more second. Had to wash my hands because I touched those and they've been sitting in this water for 4 years. Anyway, so I replaced them because they were so worn down. I was afraid that I was going to bite something and I was going to break my dentures. And then I was going to be without dentures while I was waiting on new dentures to be made. So I went in, to talk about replacing my dentures in February of 2021. And then I got these in April of 2021. It did take a couple of months to get them because they had to send them to an outside. They had to send all this stuff to an outside lab and everything. I have they're from, I always get it wrong. They're Ivocien by Ivoclar dentures. But I always want to say they're Ivoclar by Ivocien, but it's the other way around. Ivocien by Ivoclar. What these are 3D monolithic milled dentures. They are 100% monolithic. So there are no individual teeth. It's all one solid puck of material, and they had to go to a special lab to have all of that work done. And I got them 2 months later, and I have been so happy with these dentures. I was fine with these. They did their job, and I didn't realize that there were ever any issues with them because, well, there was nowhere to talk about anything, not like now where there's social media and people can tell you, hey, this is probably a problem, or hey, I'm going through this. I didn't know. And eventually I just adjusted to those dentures, and they were fine. I had no issues with the bottom denture. My bottom denture wasn't a floater, and it didn't cause me any problems. This one is not a floater without adhesive. My dentures fit extremely snugly. I have done videos where I am talking, and I have done videos where I eat without adhesive, and my dentures do not move without adhesive. But I like that extra sense of security that I get from using adhesive. So I haven't had issues as a denture wearer, but I did initially. Of course, I had all of the normal struggles, having to learn how to make dentures work when I was going through the healing process, and not being able to use adhesive, and having to figure out how to eat during that healing phase, and also adjusting to not seeing myself without teeth in the early parts of the days, and then seeing myself with perfectly straight teeth, which was a mind thing because I had messed up teeth all of my life, and then suddenly I had really straight teeth, and that was kind of hard to get used to seeing that person in the mirror. When I replaced my old dentures with my current dentures, it took a little while for me to adjust to the new person that was looking back, because there's such a difference. These teeth are much bigger than my other dentures. I don't know. Let me see. I really hate touching these. Probably should have rinsed them off first. But anyway, so this is my bottom. So you can see how these are. And this is what my bottom look like. So you can see how much smaller the teeth are. And then same with the top. And then these were my other tops. And hold on one more second. So that was an adjustment because I had to adjust. I had to wash my hands again. So anyway, so I did have to adjust to having different size teeth. They fit my face differently, filled it out more. I have those ended like here. These go all the way up to here, which gives me lip support and helps with my facial structure. So there were a few things that I had to adjust to with those dentures. And in a couple of years when I replace them, I'm going to have to, go through that. I will replace them probably next year because my insurance covers new dentures every 5 years, and I pay for it. I might as well take advantage of doing that. But as a whole, at this point in my journey, and I would say about a year into having dentures, they just became part of me. They just became my normal. I don't think about them when I'm wearing them. They are, like I said, they're always in. They are out for 2 to 5 hours every day, and that's it. I wear them all the time. I've never eaten without them, and they are, at this point, my normal. Did it start out that way? Absolutely not. I was afraid to get dentures. I was afraid to get my teeth extracted. I was afraid to have to learn all these things. I struggled with learning all these things. I did the liquid diet, the soft food diet, struggling to learn how to chew, but I got there. And it's not easy. It isn't. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is a process. If you had a limb and it was amputated and you got a prosthetic limb, you'd get physical therapy, and they would, explain to you how to adjust to your new normal. We don't get that as denture wearers, but that really is essentially where we are. These are prosthetic teeth. And I really do strongly believe, and hopefully you guys are still with me after almost 15 minutes, that dentists should be at a point where they are treating this journey like what it is. We have prosthetic teeth, and we should get a little bit more consideration as far as being educated in how to make this work. But thankfully, there are people who make videos on TikTok for now, Facebook, for now, and Instagram, and you know, we have them, but TikTok, I don't know. I really hope that TikTok doesn't go, because there are so many great content makers in the denture community over there, and I know they help a lot of people. But we have YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, where people also share their denture journeys, and that helps people. There are denture support groups on Facebook, and all of those things help people so much on this journey, because they know that they're not alone. When I started this journey, there was no one to turn to. There was no one to ask advice. I just made it work. And if I had had denture support groups, maybe I would have known that there were some issues. Maybe I would have realized that getting my perm 6 months after having my extractions was too soon. But that was how it was done. And you know what? I am not gonna lie. Right now, I want to stop this video and redo it, because I'm a perfectionist and I don't do the editing thing. I don't know how to do any of that. So if I make a mistake, or I feel that there's a moment like I just had a little bit of saliva thing going on, I want to stop and make the video, redo everything. And I'm not going to do that. I really need to make this video. And I've already chatted way too long. So anyway, this is where I'm at, 18 years. I know that it can be really a struggle, but take it one day at a time. You're going to get through this, and it's going to get better. And if you have sat through this conversation of almost 17 minutes, I really do appreciate it, because this is a really chatty video. Do really want to delete it, but I'm not going to do that, because I have waited way too long to make videos, and I do apologize for that. So I'm going to hopefully be back with a new video soon. I have a couple ideas in my head. If you have any questions, if you have anything that you would like to ask, I've asked this before and nobody said anything. So if you have any ideas, I have made hundreds, like 150 videos, and I think I'm run out of ideas and I don't know what to talk about. So if you have anything, I do have an idea for a video. I'm trying to talk my husband into it. I want to talk to him candidly about what it's like to be the spouse of someone who has dentures, and, well, the significant other, because not everybody's married to the person that they are with, but as the significant other of somebody who wears dentures, and what that has been like. I did ask him a couple of questions, and maybe I'll just go ahead and do another video and just kind of gloss through that. And then if I can talk him into doing a video, I will. I don't know. He's not really as into it as I would like him to be, as far as making videos and helping me with all of this. But I'm going to go, because this is really long. And I have an idea for another video that I think I'm going to do in about a minute. So I will talk to you later. Bye.